Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week's Around the Verse was presented as usual by Chris Roberts and Sandy Gardner, and first of all they told us about an upcoming feature in 3D World magazine where some of CIG's character artists will be featured, and they showed us some of the art which is going to be in that magazine, and it's some concept art of the Jean. Now obviously the Jean are looking a bit different than before, and to be honest it does remind me of some type of fat tortoise head. Still, at least it's a lot more friendlier than those sinister Vandal. This week's studio report came from Austin and was presented by Jake Ross. Here's the highlights of what Jake told us. Jake started off by telling us that they've made significant progress on getting commodity trading ready for 3.0. Now it does depend on some technical program work being done in the LA studio as well. Jake showed us the work they're doing on the mission giver system, and he showed us this flowchart which shows the missions which Miles Eckhart, who was first seen in last year's Gamescom demo, can give the player. Obviously we can see there's a lot of sub-trees to the missions he can give you, different types of missions with different results. So they're working on a lot of the other content which will go into the Levski landing zone. They can't really talk about this at the moment, but expect a lot of interaction to be going on down some of the side tunnels. Jake did talk about competing factions in the Levski landing zone, so maybe you'll be able to choose sides to do missions for different competing factions. Josh Coons is continuing to work on the Drake Cutlass Black rework, and he's actually doing the damage states. So once they've done, they've only got to do the LODs and then the ship will be ready to fly. So it'd be interesting to see the new Drake Cutlass Black. Probably we'll see it in 3.0. They're continuing to work on animations, and as we can see here, the man with the tray is back. So they're getting some great animations for the mess hall there. Also, they done some pickup shooting for mocap as well. Now we also saw some additional animations for picking up boxes of cargo. So obviously this is going to be essential with 3.0 and going forward, so you can pick up cargo and put it in your ship. But just remember to bend your knees when picking up those boxes. You don't want to end up with a bad back. You can see some 0G entry animations for the Dragonfly here, and also they've been adding hit reactions in the cockpit and some cockpit layout changes as well. QA team are busy testing some of the features which are going into the highly anticipated 3.0. Now to be honest, my most favourite part of this week's Around the Verse was this little segment featuring Mark Hamill as the old man in Squadron 42.
Come on, Lieutenant. First we clear our assigned patrol, then we'll rendezvous with Trejo.
And Lieutenant, make sure Trejo understands this is your op. She goes off again like what happened at the Sting, I'm pulling you. I'm not gonna be your dad if that's what you're asking. Kid is just a nickname. You ever get punched in the throat?
I know that was only a brief glimpse, but that was really impressive. Fantastic visual fidelity. So in Around the Verse was a very interesting piece on the Austin network team, and that's headed by Mike Jones, and was quite technical, some of the things he showed us. Also he showed us how they're upgrading the network infrastructure at Austin to handle the unique demands of the game. Now this week's Happy Hour featured Gerard Huckleberry interviewing Brian Chambers, and he was answering some questions put to him from the community via Spectrum. And there was a lot of questions put to Brian, so I do recommend that you check out the whole piece yourself. But one of the most interesting ones was about dynamic weather, and he certainly confirmed that there would be plenty of dynamic weather on the upcoming moons and planets in 3.0 and beyond. So that's interesting to hear about dynamic weather. Now, a question Brian also answered was about caves, and he couldn't really confirm that there would be caves on any particular planetary body, but he did note that he could see that there was large holes in some of the moons, and of course if they were turned on their sides they could well be large caves. The 3.0 production scheduled report has been updated, and as probably expected, there has been a slight shift in some of the timelines for the 3.0 release, but obviously this is only a guide. Nothing can be guaranteed, and of course it could well change going forward. Now at the moment they've sort of allowed themselves a bit more flexibility with the projected release date. They've now expanded the window from the original time of the 29th of June to around, I believe, the 13th of July. But remember, that's only an estimate. Obviously there'll be Evocati and a PTU release before then. Obviously some things do actually get pulled out of what will be in the 3.0 build, and some things will actually get drafted in. But obviously this is only a guide, and it's worth remembering, although we're absolutely really hyped for 3.0, it is only the start of what the game will be. There's a lot more which will have to go into the game in the future for it to be, well, the full experience. So we must expect well, the usual bugs, glitches and performance issues when we do get 3.0. But there's still going to be a lot of exciting things going into 3.0, and I still think it's well worth being hyped for. Now, going forward from there, well, I think things will only get better. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to like, and also it will help the channel a lot if you'd like to subscribe. So until next time, wherever you're watching out in that big universe, you take care. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.
You ever get punched in the throat?